When adversity strikes, the mind creates a storm of negative thoughts. It drags up past traumas and future fears until the sheer volume of noise makes it impossible to move forward. The solution is Drishta Bhav, the practice of becoming a detached observer. By stepping outside of your own narrative, you can begin to clear the subconscious noise. We are going to translate your abstract anxiety into a concrete 2-column action plan called the Drishta Bhav map. To begin, you will need a quiet space, a pen, and a blank piece of paper divided evenly down the middle by a vertical line. Label the top of the left column the storm and the right column the observer. Forcing a problem out of the mind and onto a physical page creates the distance required for clarity. It is the first step in moving from mental bondage towards a state of control. Bring one current, overwhelming challenge to mind. This will be the focus of the exercise. Under the storm column, write down the challenge exactly as it feels to you right now. Do not hold back the fears, the frustrations, or the judgments. Continue writing until you have emptied the emotional narrative onto the page. You should reach a point where the immediate pressure begins to drain away. Now, look at the empty observer column on the right. This is where you will perform the Drishta Bhav translation. Extract only the objective facts from what you wrote in the left column. Your goal is to list the reality of the situation while stripping away all emotional weight and references to past traumas. Be careful to avoid adjectives or predictions about what might happen next. Focus exclusively on what is true in this moment. For example, if your emotional thought is, "I'm going to fail this project like last time," you have a narrative built on fear and history. The objective translation of that thought is simply, "The project deadline is Friday, and I have 3 tasks left." When you separate the data from the drama, the problem begins to lose its perceived weight. You are no longer fighting a storm. You are looking at a list of facts. Next, we must perform a validation purge. Review the objective list you've created in the right-hand column. Identify items that depend on the opinions or validation of other people. Physically cross them out. Living for the validation of others is a form of bondage. By removing these items, you ensure your energy focuses only on what you can actually control. Now, look at the items that survived the purge. You will use these to plot your chronological journey forward. Life is not a grand, overwhelming hurdle. It is simply a chronological sequence from one moment to the next. Based on your objective list, write down exactly one physical, actionable step you can take today. As you commit to one specific move, mental paralysis dissolves. The horizon narrows until only the immediate path forward is visible. Isolating this single chronological step interrupts the feedback loop of the negative thought storm. You have replaced a chaotic internal narrative with a tangible physical direction. By completing this map, you have transitioned from being a victim of the storm to being the Drishta, the observer. Now, fold the paper in half so the storm column is hidden. All that remains is the objective reality and your next step. Nothing external defines you. This folded page represents your autonomy. You have chosen to define the situation on your own terms. Take that one action you wrote down and leave the rest of the noise behind. Your experience of life is entirely shaped by your perception. When you actively shift your attitude from the participant to the observer, you find the clarity of a liberated mind.